My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. Jacob and I are going to walk through our bets for UFC Vegas 52. This is what we've done with our money for this weekend's fight card. And if you want some free money, we're giving away $50 to anybody that goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets and signs up with one of our betting partners. So go to WeWantPicks.com/bets, sign up with any one of our 5 betting partners, make a deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. WeWantPicks.com/bets. Listen, it's a tricky week. We have some ridiculously huge favorites. We have a bunch of pick'ems. It is not the best card in the world, and you don't need to go out there and spend a ton of money every single week. That is just not something that needs to happen.
I wouldn't.
I only have 3.5. Yeah, Jacob's made that mistake. I only have 3.5 units going this week. I've got Mike Jackson money line at half a unit. Listen, it's plus 750. The reality is, Mike Jackson is a kickboxer. I don't know how seriously he's taking his career. He hasn't fought in several years, but he's fighting a UFC debut who has a win. His last win is over a guy that is 6-30, and he's also a striker. Mike Jackson probably loses, but I got to throw a couple bucks, plus 750. I got to throw a couple bucks at it and see what happens. It is striker versus striker. This is MMA. Anytime I see odds like that, if there is a possibility, I take that shot. I am not taking that shot on Chase Sherman because I don't think Chase Sherman has any chance of getting it done. Mike Jackson, on the other hand, does have some chance here. And then Jordan Wright. We talked about this. Jordan Wright's Jacob's Lock of the Week. He's first rounder bust, basically. Every single fight is a stoppage. He's got a ton of power. He's very athletic, very busy. He's a very creative striker, and he's fighting Marc-Andre Barrault on short notice. Marc-Andre was just literally flatlined 2 months ago, face down on the canvas, 100% out. He has not had enough time to recover yet. I think he's still got some scrambling going on there. Marc-Andre does not have like one punch knockout power, stoppage power. He's sort of a come forward, strike, and grind kind of guy. Jordan Wright, kill or be killed, and I think he kills and gets it done. So I got 1 unit on the underdog there. A lot of it because of Marc-Andre, right? Short notice, was just flatlined. I don't think he's recovered yet. And then I've got a parlay that I got surprising odds on. I got Tyson Pedro, who's like -6 something. Alexander Romanov, who's -2,000 something. And Jessica Andrade, who's -3 something. And I got -130 on that. I think all 3 of them win. Tyson Pedro's the one that has me worried because he hasn't fought in 3 years, but they're giving him a layup with Ike Villanueva. I threw 2 units at that. Romanov will absolutely dominate. Jessica Andrade, if she gets stopped and knocked out or beat, then Amanda Lemos is the real deal. But Jessica Andrade is tried, true, tested, and this fight's at 115 pounds. I see her grinding away. So I think this is a pretty safe parlay, and I am shocked that I'm getting -130 on this. Romanov's a -2,500 favorite at this point. So that's what I've got going on. Pretty conservative, obviously. 2 underdog money lines. One's just, I'm going to lose this one, but how can I not shoot my shot at those odds? Jakey boy, what do you got going on?
Yeah, I got lock of the week. I got a little bit better odds. I think those odds are maybe widening a little bit, but a little bit better odds than you. But yeah, lock of the week. I think he dominates this fight. Obviously, there is that flash chance. We've seen him get knocked out before, so there's always that chance. This is going to look very, very good or very, very bad for lock of the week. And I think people are forgetting Jordan Wright's ground game. He doesn't really have the wrestling, but if this finds its way to the ground, maybe somebody gets stunned, there's a weird scramble, something happens. He's pretty slick with his jiu-jitsu as well. So if you're looking for Jordan Wright, a lot of people are kind of loading up on maybe KO or bust. I think there's a little bit of a submission threat there as well, so I'd be careful with those kind of bets. I put 2 units because I always will back my lock of the week. I always put my money where my mouth is, so when people say, oh, your lock of the week lost, guess what? It hurts me too. Trust me. When people are losing money on lock of the week, it hurts me too. Trust me. And then I went another underdog with Montana De La Rosa. Oh my God, I misspelled her name. This is the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my life. Montana De La Rosa, I like her against Maycee Barber because she needs to get the takedowns to win, but I think she's able to get the takedowns. They're not going to be easy, but once she gets to the ground, that's where she dominates, and I think she's able to close the gap on Maycee Barber and get those takedowns because against Ariana Lipski, she was able to get inside the striking of Ariana Lipski and get her to the ground. I think she can do the same thing to Maycee Barber. Props, this is a little bit of a surpriser here because on the money line, Amanda Lemos is a plus 180. I think maybe like a plus 182. So you can get pretty much the same odds for inside the distance decisional action. So I think that if Amanda Lemos is going to win the fight, and I think she's going to win the fight, she has to do it inside the distance. I think she's probably got two 2.5 rounds to get that done. I think she's tough enough to survive a decision fight. So if she does not get the inside the distance finish against Andrade, and this goes all 5 rounds to a decision, and she loses that decision, I get my money back. So I could bet Amanda Lemos straight up at plus 183. And if it goes to a decision, I lose my money. But in this situation, if she wins inside the distance, but if it goes to a decision, then I get that money back. And I don't think Lemos is going to win a decision fight versus Andrade. So I think this is a good play if you want to play the Lemos side of that bet in that main event. I think she wins. I think she flatlines Andrade, but we'll see what happens if it goes to decision. No harm, no foul, I'll get that money back.
And anybody looking for that bet, there's only one sports book that has that sort of safety net decision, no action bet. Go to wewantpicks.com/bets. We've got 5 partners. BetOnline is the one partner that offers that bet and other safety net bets like it. So check that out. wewantpicks.com/bets. I'll give you $50 if you sign up and make a deposit.
And then, I was conservative-ish, with my previous bets. I had to throw on a parlay. You cannot do it with a parlay, especially with a card that's a little lackluster. It kind of throws some excitement into the card. So I took some pick'em fights that I feel confident in those the side that I feel confident in, which is Sergey King, Marcin Prachnio, and Lana Venata. Arrow Keeling. So those are kind of like the close pick'em fights that I'm confident in the fighters on this side. So we'll see what happens with the parlay, but I stacked 4 of them, got plus 820 odds on just a unit on that just to make it interesting, and we'll see what happens. And it's kind of interesting, that Romanov fight, where you kind of mentioned it, that's going to go down as the most lopsided betting fight in UFC history. I'm sure it's not going to come down enough to surpass that or get underneath the Ronda Rousey from back in the day. Was like, what, minus 1,600? Something like that. So it's crazy, those odds, especially for big guys, too. I mean, anything can happen in big guy fights, but yeah, we'll see.
Chase Sherman doesn't have knockout power. That's the only reason it looks like that. If he had knockout power, then there's the one-punch chance. He doesn't really have a one-punch chance, but he is a super tough guy. He could probably survive.
I mean, he's tough, he's huge. Well, we'll see what happens.
What's interesting here is, so we've got your 4-fight parlay, right, plus 820, or Mike Jackson with a lucky punch plus 750. So this is exactly why I threw a half unit on this. Obviously, Jacob's far more confident in these 4 than I am in this one.
Mike Jackson has no shot. If I made that bet, I used to make those bet all the time. You'd be like, he's going to lose. Why would you? Because you even said he's probably not going to lose.
I don't have Chase Sherman. I don't have because Chase Sherman has no shot. This is striker versus striker, and his opponent has 6 fights, and his last opponent was 6-30. So 6 fights against questionable opponents. I think Mike Jackson loses, but these are crazy odds. Anyway, get your $50 for free. WeWantPicks.com/bets. Let us know your favorite bets below and join our free Discord. Share your bets there. Share your thoughts there. We'll see you on Saturday for our pre-fight live stream.